TripAdvisor.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to know more about the hotels, that's my go-to.
Okay.
Check the ratings and stuff on TripAdvisor. I usually do that before I book anything.
Right.
Oh, you're back. We can see you now.
So frustrating. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. So I think we started over with recording, which is fine. I just wanted to say that you guys have done a great job with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. And I'm hoping that you guys got some good bookings out of it. Some of these sales will continue, like tomorrow. Don't be surprised when you open your email and it'll say like sale extended and things like that. So you might have through the end of this week to continue some of the sales. But so the first thing I want to talk about tonight is that we are doing another, so the Heavenly Travel team is doing another 15-day challenge, and some of you participated in this before. Alexandria did, and Alexandria actually won one of the prizes. But anyway, we're doing another Fraser Brooks challenge. It's going to be exactly the same as before, and the idea for that is just because basically there's a period of time right here before Christmas that we can be working our businesses before we really get into the holidays. I know, whole month of December tends to be just full of Christmas, and that's great, but it's the second, so if we go until the 17th with this challenge, you have a chance to really kind of hit your business hard before the holidays. And I just want to give you an example of why this is important. So when we got back from convention, it was right at the end of September, directly going into October. And for about the entire month of October, I was working my business like crazy. I was just nonstop. I was super motivated because I had just come back from convention, and I was just hitting it hard. And if you've been in this business for a while, you kind of know the ups and downs and ins and outs of the business and how sometimes it is hard to stay consistent. But then for myself personally, I ended up with a childcare situation where I changed childcare. So the first week in November, I had no childcare. So I was really limited to what I was doing with my business, which I'm really grateful that I do this business so that I can be home with Liam whenever I need to. My other son, some of you guys may or may not know, is 22 years old, so he no longer typically needs a babysitter, but my 3-year-old does. And so I was really grateful that, we were having some challenges with the childcare situation, and I was able to just say, you know what, I'm just done with this childcare, and I'm going to keep him home with me until I find the right place. And I did, and it only took a week, thank goodness. But I was very limited on what I was doing because I was caring for my 3-year-old that whole week, and the whole first week in November. And then the second week in November, Liam started the new daycare preschool. But with the new daycare came new germs. So he went the first 3 days, and then Thursday and Friday he was homesick with me. And so for basically that first 2 weeks of November, and even into, I would say, the third week too, because I was catching up on some other things, I was not working my business all that hard. I was working my business still every day, but I was not nearly doing the work that I was doing with my business that I was in October. But I had like 3 new travel agents, maybe even 4, but at least 3 new travel agents during that period of time where I wasn't working very hard. And the reason for that is because I had worked so hard the previous month. So if you join the challenge and you hit your business hard in December, then January, which tends to be network marketing tends to pick up around tax time. People want to spend money on opening a new business and booking travel and things like that with their tax returns. So you will reap the benefits after the new year if you stay consistent with your business in December. And so this is just one way to do that. So I wanted to just quickly go over this challenge. And I know, Alexandria, you're well aware and familiar. And Tracy, I think you have a pretty good idea too, but some people might not. So basically how it goes is it's Fraser Brooks, and he is a network marketing teacher, leader. Our team over in the UK has a few thousand travel agents now, and they have worked quickly. They have built teams very quickly over there. I don't know if you guys are connected with the UK Planet Marketing Facebook groups, but they're always adding more directors, and people are getting to directorship quicker than ever before in our business. And one of the things that they're attributing it to is the Fraser Brooks Challenge, or just Fraser Brooks teachings and ways of doing network marketing in general. So I wanted to quickly go over, there is, I think, his initial video is probably about 30 minutes long. And then the first 1 or 2 videos, basically how it works is you have your core activities. So you do a social media post, and anytime you do a social media post, you get a point. So if you do 5 social media posts, you get 5 points for that core activity. Adding a friend, connecting with them, and then saying, just curious, would you be open to seeing how you could have your own travel business? There are lots of scripts in this group that you can follow that apply to number 4. Number 5, get somebody to review a tool, such as one of the website, the 11-minute video, my website. There's another website I can share with you guys too. I just put it in the group last night, actually. Follow up with somebody. If you follow up with 10 people, then you get 10 points. If you follow up with 1 person, you get 1 point. Receive a no from someone. The idea behind that is that there's a whole training and a whole book actually that's called Go for No. And basically the idea behind that is that if you set out each day and your only goal is to get 20 no's, 20 people who say no to your business, they actually say no. They don't say later. They don't say maybe. They don't say, I don't have time to watch the video. They say no. Then you are also going to get some yeses in there too. And if you want more information on Go for No, let me know, and I can send you the Audibles version for free from my Audibles that I have, my subscription. Get a new customer and get a new distributor. So a new customer would be book somebody's travel, even if you're just getting their deposit down, and get a new distributor means getting a new rep or ITA. So those are the core activities, and then there is a video each day. The videos start out, the first day is like about 30 minutes long. It's actually, you're supposed to technically watch the first video the day before so that he can go over the core activities. And then I think he starts off with first couple of days have a couple of longer videos. And then they get shorter. So don't feel like, every video is going to be 30 minutes long, because that was one of my things that when I was trying to do the challenge the first time was like, I don't have time to watch a 30-minute video every day. And I don't. And I know a lot of you guys don't either. But they get much shorter as the days go on out of the 15 days. And then there is a special activity and assignment in each of the videos per day, and that counts as 1 point if you do that. Now, some of you guys might not be comfortable doing all of these activities, and that's fine. The more people who, can you see my screen still or no?
Yes.
Okay. So the more people who do all of these activities in a day, the more chances that you have to win. I don't know what the prizes are. I think Tammy's doing the prizes, and it's going to be cash. And I don't know how many. I don't know what the details are. But if you're not already in the group and you want to be added into the group, just let me know, and then I'm sure there's going to be more information about what the prizes are. But if you don't want to do all of these, it's a lot easier to post on social media and add a friend than it is to, word somebody or, which the details for that is in the group. It's like, stands for, what do you do for a living, or where do you live? So location, occupation, I always forget the R, and then dreams is the D. And there's more information about that in the group too. But if you don't want to do all of these things, just create a DMO that reflects some of these activities and do some of them. Anything is better than not having a DMO or daily method of operations. And if you don't have a solid daily method of operations, you should. Even if you have, like, I know Alexandria works like a full-time job, regular business hours. So Alexandria, on days that you don't want or don't have time to work your business very much, you could have a DMO for days that you work your 9 to 5, and then you could have a DMO for days that you plan to work your travel business more. That way you have two different DMOs. One is maybe even just only about 30 minutes worth of activities that you could break up into 15 or 10 minute increments. And then maybe your DMO for days that you're not working your business, or days that you have more time in the evening, or whatever you want to do, would maybe take you an hour or a couple hours to complete. I have definitely had different DMOs based on if it was a day that I was, working travel a lot or not. So, just wanted to point that out to you guys. And then if anybody wants to be a part of the challenge who's not in the group, let me know, and I'll be happy to add you into the group. So the other things I want to talk to you guys about, I don't know if you guys or how many of you guys are doing personal development, but we talked about it before on some of the other trainings. I just want to talk about it again because it's something that can be easily left behind whenever you have a lot of travel bookings or when you don't have a lot of time to work your business, but it's so very important in our growth. As entrepreneurs, we're not going to learn new things unless we do self-development or participate in our team meetings. And sometimes you might participate in a team meeting where you already know a lot of the information. It just depends on what the topic is or what the focus is. Sometimes the focus of the team meetings are for newer agents. And if you're not a newer agent, then you might not benefit as much from some of these team meetings. Just to be perfectly honest. Some of ours have even been like that. We try to kind of spread it out to where there's some information for everyone. But sometimes if we're seeing a lot of the new people just really kind of struggling with certain things, we might just focus on things that, for example, Alexandria already has a pretty good handle on. And we've all got to start somewhere, and that's fine. But, you guys need to focus on learning things yourselves, and that personal development really helps for a couple reasons. Because A, it works on you focusing on what's important, which is staying positive and focusing on what we do want versus what we don't want. You might be thinking in your mind like, oh, I just wish I had more travel bookings. Or I might be thinking in my mind, oh, I just wish I had more travel agents on my team. But if that's what we're putting out into the universe, then that's what we're going to get back. But if I'm putting out, like, the universe is going to give me, God, whatever, however you guys want to put the focus on, is going to provide for me and give me more bookings or more team members or more business overall, then that is what you will get. Again, Here is my gratitude journal. I started my gratitude journal in 2010. And whenever I started my travel business, whenever I started with IntelliTravel, because I was with another travel company for about 6 months before IntelliTravel, this is all that I had written in my gratitude journal. My sister gave me this gratitude journal. So from 2010 to 2018, this was all I had written in there. Wait, no, that's not even right because there's other pages. Right here, 2010 to 2014, I had this many pages. From October 18th of 2018 to today, which is just over a year, that's how much I've written in my gratitude journal. And I definitely have more to be grateful for today than I did a year ago. So, and not only that, but for me, sometimes just listening while I'm driving, sometimes I'm driving a lot, and just listening to books on tape, reach out. I've got a ton of them on my Audibles. I can share free ones with you guys. If you're like, depending on whatever it is that you're interested in learning about, just let me know. I've got a lot of different books on audio. Ray Higdon's Freakishly Effective Social Media, something, the title. Yeah. Well, you have the leadership one, but it's the same one, but it's for posting on social media. It's a great book, and it's an easy read, and it's a short book too, and it has a lot of great ideas on how to post. Talks about the 5 different types of Facebook posts and why they benefit you and how you should post them. That's a great one. And there's lots and lots of others too. The one that I'm reading right now is kind of dry, and this one is actually it's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And there are network marketing trainers who base their entire business around that book. If you want a copy of it, let me know. It's meant to be studied more. You're not supposed to read more than 1 chapter at a time. You're supposed to have, a highlighter or a pen or something. You're supposed to have a hard copy. I do not have a hard copy, but that's how you're supposed to read Think and Grow Rich, because the idea is for you to really digest the information that you're hearing. And there's really some pretty amazing stories in it. And this goes back from a long time ago. Some of the very first successful entrepreneurs is who this book is modeled after. If you want any of the copies of those or other books, even if I haven't mentioned it or I don't already have it, I have credits on my Audibles, and I would be happy to download it. And let me know if you guys have a good suggestion on things that you guys have found that you enjoy for personal development too, whether it be reading or different activities that you do. I would love to hear more. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is an elevator pitch. So excuse me, most of you guys probably know what an elevator pitch is. But maybe you haven't visited this or you need a refresher. So an elevator pitch, the definition is a short description of an idea, product, or company that explains the concept in a way such that any listener can understand in a short period of time. And basically, you should be able to deliver it in a short period of time, such as the period of time that it takes to ride an elevator. So that's where it came from. And we should all have an elevator pitch, whether you're trying to build a team or whether you just have whatever it is you're trying to do with your business, whatever it is, whether you're trying to build a team, whether you are booking travel, anybody who has a travel business or any kind of business should have an elevator pitch. And I would love for everybody, I want to challenge you guys to create your own elevator pitch. I'm sure Tracy already has one, even if she doesn't call it an elevator pitch, because I know that Tracy bartends and she's gotten a number of clients through her bartending. So, you know, people, when you start a conversation with somebody, which a lot, you know, most business, all business is a conversation or a series of conversations that lead to either doing business or not. I'm sure she has a little spiel that she says of what she does other than bartending. Or when people ask about her, I'm sure one of the first things that she mentions is about her travel business. And so if you create an elevator pitch and you get comfortable saying it and talking about it, this will help you build your business, no doubt. Because I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you wanted to talk to somebody about your travel business, but you just didn't know how to talk to them or what to say. I've been in that situation before personally, especially earlier on in my business when I was just trying to kind of navigate around, gotten really comfortable talking about my travel business now. But in the beginning, there were definitely times. I remember actually going to a Christmas party last year, and I knew that there were people at the Christmas party who I hadn't seen in a very long time. And it was actually a Halloween party. I take it back. So it was right after I got on with IntelliTravel. And I knew that there were people who traveled at this party a lot. And I knew that, and in addition to that, there were people there who I hadn't seen or really talked to in a long time too. So, you know, I did talk to people a little bit about my travel business. I did pass out a couple of cards, but it was a great learning experience for me because it helped me to become more comfortable just talking about my travel business, even though I did not feel super confident talking about my business yet. So usually my elevator pitch goes, I usually say something like this: I'm a travel business owner. I book travel and earn commission, help others get their business started too. Most people don't realize that commission is already built into any and all travel, and I just like to help people save time and money with travel bookings. Do you like to travel? Something just as easy as that. Even just, I mean, we have what Ray Higdon says is the sexiest product because it's travel. Everybody, what do you want to talk about? The weather and traveling, right? Like, what do people normally talk about? The weather. Oh, the weather. What's the weather going to do? Or how's the weather? How's the weather there? I don't know how many times I've been on the phone. I was on the phone with somebody from Canada a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the weather. And, you know, and then the other thing that people want to talk about is travel. Where have you been traveling to? What are you getting ready to do? That's one reason why this business goes great with like hairstylists, because they are always talking about, you know, and they're all getting their hair done before they go traveling. And then the next thing you know, the next trip they want to book is through their hairstylist. And then they're going to come in and get their hair done before they go traveling too. So I would suggest that you guys create an elevator pitch. If you don't already have one, we can call it an elevator pitch. You can call it whatever you want, but just a way to get comfortable. And what is it that you can say in 30 seconds about your travel business and what you do to get your message across and to get people interested. So it usually is an introduction of you, a little bit about what you do, and something catchy. You know, why would somebody want to talk to you about your business? For me, I like to help people save time and money in travel, and then ending it with a call to action or a question. Do you like to travel? Do you travel much? And it's easy, and usually it's just that simple. It starts the conversation. Tracy, do you have anything to add to any of those things that I was talking about, whether it be the elevator pitch or the challenge for personal development?
I'm not in the challenge yet, so I haven't. I'm glad that you told me about it because I didn't know anything about it. I've been really busy today with booking travel, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. So thank you for that. I will check it out. My elevator pitch is super easy because I work at a resort on the beach. So mine's going to be, a lot easier than most people's because the people are already traveling. And when they sit at my bar, I always ask them where they're from, how often do they travel, where do they travel to, and I always give them my business card. So for me, it's a little bit easier because I'm already out there with travelers, but I agree that with the hairstylists and people that do your nails, because you have to talk to those people anyway while you're sitting there. So you might as well talk to them about the business, whether you want to sell them on travel or joining your business. Those are perfect people to talk to about that. That's really all I have on that. I do want to tell everybody that, not to get off subject, Ashley, but I only have one thing to say.
No, that's fine. We can move on for sure.
So hopefully everybody knows who Lisa Whitehair is. She's actually the one that got me into the business, and she's been my friend for 20 years. She is our one-star director. So if you're in the 5 o'clock somewhere travel team page, that is Lisa's page. And right now she's doing 12 days of marketing, which she's doing a live, for us every evening and giving us really great marketing tips. And like the first night she did the basics of your Facebook business page. Make sure you're posting daily, invite your friends, and about Facebook cleanup, like no politics and stuff like that. And then tonight, she did a live about how to get engagement. So I would recommend that everybody follow, and I don't have a lot of time. I work full time as well. So I don't really do good in any of the challenges because usually I end up working 410s or 412s. So I don't do good in those, but these are all recorded, so I would go back and watch them when you have time because she's giving out really great information about growing your business, whether it be travel or whether it be selling travel or getting reps added to your team. So go to the 5 o'clock somewhere travel crew page, which you should all be in, and if not, let us know and we'll add you. And it's called 12 Days of Marketing, and watch her lives. That's really all I have today, Ashley.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. The last thing that I would like to do is I'm going to try to see if this will work. I was going to just review the Disney Travel Agent site quickly. There's a lot that goes into this website, but it is pretty user-friendly. So I thought I would just get in here and show you guys around a little bit. I know somebody was asking today, and I know we've had a couple people ask recently. There is a more in-depth training that I would be happy to tag you in so that you can get all of the details, but I just thought I would quickly review how to do a booking through Disney real quick. Can you see my screen? Can you see the Disney Travel Agent site on my screen right now?
Yep.
Okay, great. So one thing that I put in the chat last night is the CLIA membership. So CLIA stands for Cruise Line International Association. We all have access to the CLIA card for booking travel through IntelliTravel. That's one of the things that we pay for. They manage it. But in addition to that, if you want, it's completely optional. You can actually apply for your own Embark ID through CLIA. I think it's $65 a year. We get a really big discount because we are with IntelliTravel. I think it's usually like few $100 a year, a couple $100 a year. But with because we're with IntelliTravel, it's way cheaper than that. It's either $65 or $85 a year, and I'm getting ready to renew mine, so I can put more of the details in the chat after I renew mine. But enrollment is open right now for it, and it's not always open. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that it's still open because I think it's been open since October. So I plan on renewing mine tonight, actually. Oh, this is not working. So anyway, that's one thing that I wanted to share with you, because we actually get additional travel agent benefits when we have our CLIA card. And one of the vendors that give us additional benefits is Disney. So Disney gives us one free ticket per year, I think, one day, which is about anywhere from about $100 to $120 value. And then they also give us per year one 50% off week stay at Disney if you have your CLIA card and if you complete all of your training. So right here, so I just signed into my Disney travel agent site. This is what it looks like when you sign in. If you go over here under training and benefits, and you go to the College of Disney Knowledge, this is where you do your training with Disney. So I have done pretty much all of the Disney training that, well, not all of it, because there is so much, but I did, gosh, they've added more. So these are the in-person experiences that you can sign up for. They are free. You do register. If you don't show up or cancel in a timely period, then they will charge you like $20 or $25. That's just because sometimes these get sold out and they don't want people to register and then not show up. I've done a lot of the training, and I opened up my benefits to, you can see here, I opened up my free ticket benefit, and I'm pretty sure I've opened up my week stay benefit too. So you have to spend a decent amount of training. See, none of these are available now because they put so many updates in. I need to go in and do my updates, and then they'll be available again. But I used to have not this one. I used to have this one open. So this is discount tickets from 1 to 10 days. And then this. They did have a 1 free day.
They've added some new things and new courses for 2020, because I noticed that on mine as well, that I had some updates I need to do.
Yeah, and if you don't take advantage of your benefit before the new updates come out, then you have to get caught up with your updates before they open it back up again. And right here it says you have to have a valid CLIA card. Right here is the room discount. But anyway, you guys can go in there and see. That's where your training is. And then when they open up benefits, this is where they are. And then this is where, like, it would say benefit available, and it's in green, I think. And then that's where you click to actually go through and take advantage of your benefit. So right now, what I'm going to do is show you guys how to book a resort. So I believe how it works is if you're staying on a property that is off-site, but a Disney approved property, what's it called, Tracy? Friends of Disney or something like that? Do you know?
I can't think of it off the top. Disney. It's like Disney Good Neighbor
Good
hotels.
Neighbor, yeah, that's what it is. So you actually have to call in to reserve one of those, which I have not done. But for any Disney properties that are on site, it's very...
You can find it. You can scroll it under all hotels. Good Neighbor should come up. But it'll take you out of this Disney for Travel Agent site. It'll take you to the Good Neighbor hotels.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. So here are all the options here that we have. We have Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Lines. This is the Hawaii. So Disney has a few resorts in Hawaii. Hilton Head Island Resort. I don't even know what that is. Tracy, do you know what that is?
No, it must be a new one.
And Vero Beach Resort. I'm not familiar with either.
Me neither.
And I don't know.
2 years ago, I don't know these two.
I don't know where Adventures by Disney is. It's usually under here. But anyway, they're really, really amazing. It's definitely on my bucket list. It's not a cheap vacation. Has nothing to do with Mickey Mouse or the parks or anything like that. It's actually tours that are located around the world. They're not everywhere, but they are on specific continents. I think there's like 2 different tours available in the U.S. And you have 2 tour guides. You go and you have like local experts where this is where Disney hires people who live in these areas to give tours and give presentations and do tours while the people are there, so that they're actually getting somebody to talk to who is submerged in their and immersed in their culture, because they live in that culture. It's not just like somebody who works for Disney and doesn't live there. That person actually lives there. They experience that culture, and they are, they're from wherever it is that you're touring to. And then they have different activities for people based on where you're going. Like if you're going to Italy, then you're going to have a cooking class, and then you're going to eat the food. You have 2 tour guides. Part of their job alone is to take pictures of your family so that nobody is left out of those family photos. And there's a circle of life for Disney, and it starts off at Disneyland because it's smaller. So kids should start off at Disneyland. This is just what Disney has kind of suggested along the way. They start off at Disneyland because it's a smaller park. And then from there, they go to Disney World when they're a little bit older, and they can, do a longer Disney day or multiple days in a row. Then they start getting a little bit bored with Disney World. Maybe some do, some don't. As we know, there are many adults out there who are still Disney World obsessed. And you do a cruise so by the time they're in about middle school, you do a Disney cruise that has a little bit of Mickey Mouse, but then you've also got, full-on cruise, and it's top of the line, great service. You still have that Disney magic. Then when they get, unimpressed with everything, you take them on Adventures by Disney, because there's something for everyone in the family with Adventures by Disney. And my biggest suggestion on learning about it is just to start doing your Disney training and learn about Adventures by Disney. It's amazing. I was so blown away. So blown away. And then you retire at Hawaii, Disney Hawaii. So that's the circle of life or cycle of life with Disney, supposedly. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to book actually, I want to go ahead and look at some real dates because I'm considering taking my older son there in January. So this is really slow because
So Disney Vero Beach Resort, I just looked it up, and it used to be part of Disney Vacation Club,
Oh,
and it's just literally a resort now.
huh. Interesting. Sometimes Disney offers this, oh, I forget what it's called, but it's basically it's a short Disney trip, and I think it's $2,000, and it's for 2 adults and 1 child, and they get 3 days at the parks and a couple nights stay, 2 or 3 nights stay. This is a really good, oh, excuse me, this is a really good deal for Disney for people who just want a short trip. It's located under the promotions that they have, but it's not offered all the time. The absolute best deal from my understanding that you can get with Disney is when they offer the free dining, and that's usually in the fall, I believe. Right, Tracy?
Yeah, I think I booked it. It actually came out in July this year because I booked it in July. There's a
But
free
what were the travel dates? Do you remember?
that my client is going. She's not going till May, but I booked her the free dining in July.
So you just have to book during a period of time to get it, or you travel during a period of time?
You have to book it during that free dining promotion to get the free dining. There is a free dining for children right now in January. I think it's ages 3 to 9.
Seth,
But if you look under promotions, you'll see it.
is it beach club or yacht club this time?
I'm sure it's useful.
Seth does a quarterly conference in Disney, so he goes there 3 or 4 times a year for work. So sometimes we tag along, and it's nice because we get to stay, like, Liam and I stay with him, and our room is paid for. So it's a pretty nice way for us to travel, as affordably as possible. And the last time we went, Liam was like 2 weeks from turning 3, so he was free too. Kids are free until they turn 3 at Disney World. Okay, so this is what it is. If I decide to take my son and his fiance and daughter, unless I'm able to do one of the travel agent deals, which we're only going for 4 nights, I probably won't be able to. I'll just be earning my commission back. This is what the lodging at the beach club will be if I want him to stay where I think we will be staying. So here you can add on ticket options. Keep in mind that you do not earn commission on tickets unless you book at least 3 days of tickets. If you want to add Park Hopper here, you can, which just means that you get to go to more than one park in one day. If you do not have, if you just get the base ticket, whatever park you go in for one day is the only park you get to go to for that day. The next day you can choose a different park, but you just get to go into one park per day. Park Hopper means that you can go into any or all of the parks in one day. And of course there's an added charge for that. With the regular tickets, the base tickets, you get 3 fast passes per ticket per day. which means that you can schedule out what rides, like if you're planning on attending and doing some of the popular rides, what you want to do is schedule out your fast passes so that you don't have to wait in line. Some of the wait times for these lines is like 3 hours long. Like when we were in Magic Kingdom in June for my birthday, the Pandora ride, I don't remember. There's 2 of them. I don't remember what they're called. Tracy, do you remember what they're called?
No, I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's 2 of them. They're the most popular rides in Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom. And one of them had like a 3-hour wait time. But if you have a fast pass, your wait is only going to be maybe 20-30 minutes max. You have like an hour window to get there, and then you go into a different line. And that's the way to go, especially if you're going into any of the more popular rides. If you're wanting to do any of the Star Wars stuff, that's definitely a way to go to get your most money's worth out of your trip. And like, for instance, if I decide to take my older son now, he probably won't even be, I don't even know if fast passes are going to be open for the Star Wars stuff, for the things that you can schedule fast passes for, even right now, because that's how far in advance some of these things have to be scheduled out. So you can add Memory Maker, which is the photo package. You can add the dining plan, which a lot of people feel that this is really worth the money. I'm going to go in here. Let's see how quickly we can look at it. Tracy, do you want to talk a little bit about the dining plans? What the difference is? Do you remember?
I am a firm believer in the dining plan because I know how kids get hungry every hour that they're at a park or thirsty. And then you have to spend $10 on a cheeseburger they're going to eat half of, and then they're going to be hungry in an hour again. And I always sell the dining plan. And actually, they give you so many credits. My customers usually come back and don't even use all of their credits. So it's totally worth the money. Keep in mind that you do have to upgrade to the Disney dining plan, not the quick service if you want character, if you want to do the breakfast with Mickey or character meals. So you can sell the quick service, but if they want to do character dining, they have to purchase the Disney dining plan. So that middle option is the one that I usually sell.
So with the Disney quick service, you get 2 meals, 2 snacks, and then your refillable drink mug. But the Disney dining plan is the way to go if you want to do the character meals, because like you can schedule your table service meal for breakfast and meet Mickey Mouse. And then you don't even have to use that for one of your fast passes, because you do, I mean, it's not a, when I take Liam, we do it different than when I would ever book it for a client, because Seth is working and it's just me and Liam. So I don't know usually until the day comes, like, do I feel like taking him to the park by myself or not? So I usually buy my passes once I get there or a couple of days before. And like, for instance, when we went to Animal Kingdom on my birthday, a lot of times what I do is a lot of times we haven't even used all of our fast passes because he's 3 years old. So he cannot ride a lot of the rides that are really popular and that most people want to ride. And he's 3. So he just being there in and of itself, even if we're staying at the resort, he's excited about it. He doesn't even care. But you do actually have to use your fast passes to meet Mickey. And this is one way that purchasing the Disney dining plan and using that table service meal to meet the characters is a way that you can get the most for your money too, because you can save your fast passes for other things and kill 2 birds with 1 stone by eating a meal and meeting the characters all at the same time. When we went to Animal Kingdom when we first showed up, there was like an hour and 15-minute wait to meet Mickey and Minnie. And I really wanted to meet the Safari Mickey and Minnie or have him meet them. So then later on, we just kind of walked around, did our thing. And when we came back later on, there was only like a 15-minute wait. And then we experienced like a little bit of Disney magic and they let us go in fast pass lane. But I would never recommend a client to do that ever. That's just kind of how we do Disney because, you know, Seth is working and it's just a little bit of a different situation. And it's me and my 3-year-old by myself usually. But that's one of the little tips. Let's just pretend that we're going to choose this one. So then you can add Memory Maker, you can add a flight, you can add transportation, which is complimentary. Add travel protection, but you always want to do that through our vendors. You do not want to add travel protection through this website because I'm pretty sure you do not get commission on it. You do get commission on it whenever you do it through Travel Insured or Allianz. And it's going even, the Disney site is usually not the quickest site. They actually have like some like, for being Disney, it's like, you know, the most amazing, best whatever. Their website tends to be slow from my experience. And when you're on property, you don't always get the best internet connection either. So right here, it shows what the deposit is, what the package price is, and then I don't remember where the screen is to email. Do you, Tracy?
Believe it or not, Disney doesn't have one. You have to back up a step and then print to PDF. That's how I send my Disney quotes because they don't have an email option. I don't know why.
And if I go back, I think it's just going to kick me out. But there's a way to price check. Actually, you can quote up to 3 resorts. Oh wait, here we go.
No, there should be a print button. Oh, okay.
You can compare vacation. It shows your commission there, $364. You can compare your vacation offers here. And this is what I usually do.
And there's your print button at the top right-hand corner.
Then you can save as a PDF. Yeah, I remember that's how you do it. And then it shows all your stuff, all your details, and whatever resort that you choose. So there you go. That's a little quick version of Disney. There is more that goes into it. If you want me to tag you in another training that we've done that some of our agents have done who are really, really super focused on Disney, let me know and I'd be happy to do that. But I just wanted to quickly go over and share that with you. Disney actually has some really awesome brochures that you can put together. You can even put together a website that has your quote. And I feel like they're going to kick me out if I try to go back anymore.
Before you leave that screen, that's where you can send your client the 3 different quotes, the way she just showed you how to compare.
Yeah.
You can print, do you like maybe a value resort, a moderate resort, and then the third level of resort, I don't remember what it's called, the villas that the villas are in, and you can send them the 3 different quotes right there, print to PDF and email it off.
Yep, and it's nice that they have it all right there in front of them with a different resource. So you can go in and edit things that you need to edit or take out things, add things. It's a pretty easy website to navigate around. I forgot, this one I guess does let you go back. Anyway, I'm not going to go into like how to create the brochure or website, but they have a lot of really great marketing materials. You can also order paper marketing materials too to take to vendor shows and things like that on their website. If you need help finding that stuff, just let me know and I'd be happy to help. And that is what I have for tonight.
Alrighty.
All right. Anything left to share for you, Trace?
Not that I can think of. Just keep in mind that, like Ashley said earlier, the Cyber Monday deals are going to go throughout the week. I know at least until the 4th is carnivals because I booked a couple today, and then just keep checking your emails because Cyber Monday does not, end on Cyber Monday. We're going to have a few more days to book those. So, I didn't post a whole lot this weekend because I was busy at work, but I got some clients out of what I did post. So just keep posting. Post again tomorrow for sure that you still have Cyber Monday deals so that you can try to, get some clients towards the end of the week.
And I'm still waiting for Sterling to give me his information so I can give him $60. He's going to end up losing it if he doesn't claim it. Have to pick a second winner.
I mean, all he needs to give you is his Cash App.
Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle.
Yes, he doesn't need it that bad.
So Sterling, if you're watching the replay, send me your information before you lose it. Anyway, I'm super grateful and proud of my team and our team, and you guys are just doing a great job. So keep up the great work and let us know if you need anything. We're here, as always, for you guys.
Yeah, and just a little secret, since Lisa's my best friend and I talk to her every day, our team is killing it. We are the ones both.
Well, she's frozen. I don't know if she got kicked out or what. She must have gotten kicked out, but we're doing a great job. And I know that the company looks at us in how we support our team and how we're always there for each other and how we are a very respectful team. We book a lot of travel, we add team members, and I know that the company appreciates that, and I know that I appreciate that on all of you guys too. So y'all have a great night, and thanks so much for listening in. Talk to you next week.